The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and the ones you love be the first to go missing. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia is available and has garnered many great reviews from celebrities, including Hollywood celebrities like Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many more. So grab your copy today. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon and ebook. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartradio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And check out the Mike Wagner Show store at amazon.com/Mike Wagner Show and find out how you can get this really cool t-shirt. And also check out the Mian Mohsen Zia store on amazon.com for all his great apparel. And we're here with 2 wonderful gentlemen from the other side of the pond. And we have also the bass player. We also have the keyboards as well. And they have some brand new material. They're an upcoming pop rock band from the UK, and they have a new EP that's going to be released called Tales of Shade and Color. They'll be featuring ForYou and Silent Crier. We'll talk about that. Also, I had Dusty Road and 2 Feet Under and more. And we're glad it's not 6 feet under, so 2 feet is fine too. So live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in the beautiful UK. And we have 2 of the great musicians on the planet right now, ladies and gentlemen, from Days Indoors, Jean-Marc and markbarron. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi.
Hey, good afternoon, Mike. Thanks a lot for having us.
Good afternoon.
Well, it's great. It's great to have you on board too. We're glad you had your tea, and for some of us, having coffee in the morning. So,
we're in England, so we're drinking tea. Yeah.
You know what? I didn't think about tea for some reason. Maybe I should have just had some. It's like I feel like I'm the odd man out. But next time we'll have you guys on, I'll make sure we have tea too. And next, if you have coffee, you know what? That's okay.
I'm still on coffee, Mike. I'm French. I live in the UK for 25 years, but I'm still on coffee.
Oh, really? You know what? I think that leaves you the minority, Mark. I'm kidding.
Well, I'm just trying to keep warm. There's loads of snow here today, so we're
Right, yeah, and of course, we got a little bit of snow as well too. Of course, as we're speaking here, that it is winter time. It's a little chilly, but for some of it's heat as well too. I wouldn't dare do this outdoors. So, all right. So you guys are an upcoming pop rock band from UK. You've gotten some really good reviews, and you have some releases called "Foryou" and "Silentcriers," and you have a new EP out that's coming up called "Tales of Shade and Color." You also released "Dustyroad" and "2feetunder," and you've guys gotten a lot of accolades. And before we talk about that, tell us guys how you first got started.
So the band got started, Mike. Thanks a lot for asking the question. The band got started with really me starting to write some songs in my spare time, and I know Joe from quite a long time. Joe the singer. So Joe is a full-blown artist. He's signed by Notting Hill Music, and he's published by the Notting Hill Music. He's signed by a record company. But Joe and I started really knowing each other for a little while and starting to write some songs. And it came out quite well, we had some synergy. We started to build the sound. Then Gonzalo, the guitarist, came in. Then the bassist came in. And the latest recruit was Mark. And Mark is the young one in the band, if I may say.
No, I'm not.
He's the baby of the band because he joined later. And it's when you start something and it never stops growing, and it grows and grows and grows. And now it's really it's a 5-people band, and we all add to the band. And we have this synergy. We really staff on a regular basis. It's really spinning. It's really going quite fast at the moment.
Mm-hmm. And Mark, you can go ahead and put your 2 cents in. So Mark, don't be shy. Feel free to jump in.
Yeah. So I'm the newbie here, but I've been with the guys for about a year now, and we're just starting to see the singles that I've been involved with coming out. The previous 2 that we've recorded. Before I joined, Jean-Marc obviously had 2 albums, which did, I think, reasonably well as well. But it was time to have a slight different sound, a more kind of rounded sound with some keys and piano and organs and that kind of stuff in there. And also contributing a few different ideas here and there. So, we've got a kind of a slightly different sound, but also trying to keep it quite sort of modern and cutting edge. And, I think we've got some good singles coming out soon.
Mm-hmm. And you also talked about having a modern sound. Who are some of your musical influences that help you shape the sound, and how would you describe your sound as?
Mark, you want to go, and then I'll finish off?
Well, okay. Yeah, I've got to say, I'm talking about a modern sound, but equally, a lot of my influences are from sort of 80s artists. There's some really cool songwriters, people like Nick Gerschall, Howard Jones, Duncan Sheik in the US. I mean, he's a sort of modern artist.
Fabulous.
Well. Yeah, he's written some amazing songs. I see him as kind of one of my big influences, but also we try and keep up to date with a lot of sort of the rock bands, Coldplay. I mean, love them or hate them, they've got some really good songs, a really good sound. So I'm kind of stuck in the 80s a little bit, and I think Jean-Marc's actually probably a bit more up to date than I am, really.
So I'm a lot more rock alternative. So for me, it would be more like the sort of newest artists like Lower Than Atlantis. I mean, Ghost Poet. I know that Joe is in between. Joe does a lot of like electronic dance as well, but he loves blues. He loves this kind of Motown style as well. So the guitarist Gonzalo is in really like Killers, Coldplay. So we all have this mixed bag of songs which we bring to the table, and that makes up the sound.
Mm-hmm. And it does sound fascinating. And who are some of your favorite artists, singers, and musicians growing up, and also being influenced by the sound? So you guys, one of you get started, and who are some of your favorites growing up?
For me, actually, because I was a keyboard player and a sort of electronic type of music, Depeche Mode was a really big influence for me when I was smaller. Jean-Michel Jarre, sort of instrumental kind of computer-generated music, that kind of thing. It wasn't until I actually got a bit older I started to appreciate some of the other artists with guitars and things. And U2, I think, they've been around for a very long time, but they managed to keep sort of reinventing themselves in different ways and different sounds. But yeah, it was really sort of keyboard players that fascinated me, and a lot of the kind of 80s, Duran Duran, Heaven 17, ABC, those kind of people for me.
That's amazing. And then how about with you getting started? Was it always a keyboard, or how'd you get started, music wise in your career?
For me, yeah, I started playing piano when I was very small, and I was my parents got me an electronic keyboard quite sort of early on in the technology was quite new, I suppose, and yeah, I just kind of stuck to it. I took to it, and it was just this chance to make all these different sounds, and you could, with sort of backings and rhythms and bass, and you can. I bought a sort of a computer sequencer quite early on. I had a Mac in about 1992, I think it was a Mac Classic or something, and started sequencing with that. And so, yeah, for me, it's just something I've always done, really. And I play a little bit of guitar and mess around. I played bass in the band for a while as well, but keyboards is my sort of main instrument.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Jan, as well, too, that you had some musical influences, and maybe you can just talk about some of your favorite artists and singers growing up. And we also noticed you also play some drums, maybe some of your favorite drummers, too.
So I'm going to be a little bit boring because my favorite artist of all time are the Foo Fighters. Okay, I don't know if because I'm a drummer and I write songs and I've got this kind of complex of the drummers who want to be, but I love the Foo Fighters to bits. They are my number one. But growing up as well, I used to love the Simple Minds, U2. Yeah. I used to be a big fan of the punk scene. I used to listen to the Ramones, the Wire, and Strangers, and all this kind of stuff. Punk has been a big influence for this kind of erratic music style where you don't really have a spine or a skeleton. You just write whatever you want to write, and this is this really creative mind. Some people think of punk as being like just some chords you put, but no, punk is really well thought of. It's really creative, some of the stuff. So this has been some of my influence, but my number one artist are the Foo Fighters. I've learned the drums with Mel Gaynor from Simple Minds a lot. I used to love this band. I still love them to these days, but I used to learn all the drums pattern, and this is why I've got this kind of big play, because he was a monster on the drums. He was banging the drums like there is no tomorrow,
Mm-hmm. Made me think of that guy from The Cure. He does a lot of banging as well, too. That, the way he bangs. And I could also, think of some others, or maybe like, the ultimate bangers, Keith Moon from The Who. It's just like after each performance, he just knocks over all the drums and he's like, hey, those guys can pay for it. Why not? If he can run his Lincoln Continental into a pool on his 21st birthday in Flint, Michigan, causing all the water problems, he can knock over drums and paying for it is no problem.
Yeah. Exactly. So these are some of our influences. But yeah, thanks a lot for asking, Mike.
Mm-hmm. And those are amazing too. And we'll talk about some of your music involving Dusty Road, 2 Feet Under, new EP, the Tales of Shade and Color, and also your singles. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Mohsen-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Mohsen-Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and unforgettable and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones who love be the first to go missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mia Motion Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Missing by Mia Motion Zia, available on Amazon, paperback, and ebook. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And check out The Mike Wagner Show on Amazon for T-shirts and other goodies. And also check out Me and Motion Z on Amazon for all his books and all kinds of outerwear. Lots of great stuff and more. So check it out, Amazon.com. We're here with Days Indoors with Jean-Marc-Valat and also markbarron out of the UK here on The Mike Wagner Show. And we talk about some of their sound, their influences, and just an amazing history of what they had. And let's talk about some of your EPs as well, too, starting off at Dusty Road and 2 Feet Under. And tell us more about the EPs.
Yeah, so the EP was, like Mark said, the EP was born, from this COVID period where everybody kind of couldn't do anything. So what we've been doing, we've been producing songs, writing songs, and really making sure we release something before writing a full album. We put an EP together and try and release some songs by the end of the year. But Mark, you want to add some more stuff?
Yeah, we'd say it was just about the EP, I suppose, was just to gauge a level of interest, really, in terms of the sound and what people thought of maybe the new way of doing things with some keys in there as well. And I think it's been pretty well received. We've got a lot more songs in the pipeline, but maybe not quite finished yet, but some really good stuff that's going to go into an album probably later on next year. But this the sort of EP with a few tracks together is going to be the thing that we're aiming to do quite soon. But it's been really good fun. I think we've just throwing ideas backwards and forwards between each other and taking things in different directions. And Jean-Marc usually comes out with the bones of the songs, and then it's up to the rest of us to put our ideas across. And some things get taken out and rejected, with other things, and the songs kind of change direction. We can start off with a particular kind of groove in one way, but then someone puts in some parts that bring it a different way, and the whole thing evolves in quite an organic kind of way, really. And because we sort of work together quite closely, and not sort of embarrassed to put forward like different ideas and things, we, at the end of it, the other songs all have sort of different feels to them, really. We're not. The genres sort of change a little bit between the songs.
That is very interesting. And what do you base your lyrics on?
So it depends. Lyrics are based on normally. Joe would be probably better positioned to talk about this, but it's really we try and write meaningful lyrics that reflect an experience we have at a given moment. For example, this. You mentioned foryou and silentcriers. Foryou is about an impossible love relationship. Sometimes you're in your life, whether it's now or before, you might feel strong feelings for someone, but it's not. You don't get it back. So sometimes in life you have strong feeling about a situation, a person, or something else. But either the situation, something else, or the person is not giving back to you what you want. So this is a little bit the meaning of foryou. So it's about this impossible relationship, really. And silentcriers is more about it's a song, I would say, for the lonely people. It's a song for the people who think they are misfits or losers in this world. It's just a song to give people some belief. It's just a song to give some people if you don't fit in one standard, if you don't fit in one mold, it doesn't matter. You will fit in a different way. You will give out to the world in something different. It's not because this world is really crafted upon achievement, about being successful in the way people see success, you have something else to give to this world. So don't feel bad about that. Just have some belief in what you want to give and how you want to give it. So real stuff. I mean, we try to base this on real stuff. I don't know if Mark, you want to add something?
Yeah, well, also, and Be Yourself, which is our latest single, which came out on the 20th of this month. Is that right? 20th? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The same sort of message, really, in terms of don't be afraid to be who you are, and everyone has something to give. A lot of people, some people, shout very loudly about themselves, but actually, the quiet people as well also have, just as much valuable kind of input and as much worth in their place in the world. And it's the feel of both of those songs is very much about for those people to, don't be afraid to be who you are, really, and be yourself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's amazing too. And also we'll talk about Tales of Shade and Color in just a minute. First, to listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs, and also brought to you by our international award-winning author, official sponsor, Mike Wagner Show, Mia Emotions here with his book Missing. We'll be back with Days Indoors, talking about their new EP, Tales of Shade and Color, and what's coming up for the wonderful band out of the UK. We'll find out after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, where The Mike Wagner Show interviews great guests, cool conversation, lots of laughs, coffee, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with Days Indoors with jeanmarcvalat and markbarron here on The Mike Wagner Show. And you got your new EP that's coming out very soon called Tales of Shade and Color. And you can just tell us all about that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mike, for having us on the show again. So Tales of Shades and Colors is really a short EP. Normally we released album. I mean, we released 2 albums before that, but Tales of Shades and Color comes as Mark has joined the band, and we have this a little bit kind of new sound, and we just wanted to give to the people a little bit of the a flavor of what it was that we were working on at the moment. So it's a short EP which will be followed by hopefully a full album by the end of 2021. Mark, if you want to give a bit more.
Well, yeah, kind of as I was saying before, we've Jean-Marc's had a lot of new ideas for songs, and we have a shared folder so we can all access, and these songs keep popping up in this shared folder, and usually it's not always finished straight away, and we listen to it and I think, oh yeah, this is really cool, and then it's up to the rest of us to start putting some kind of meat onto these bones of the songs. And the EP is the first 4 of those songs that have been finished. Really, we thought we'll get something out and try and get some interest from the fans, because it's been a little while since the last album, and to give a flavour of the new sound. But we've got a lot more songs that we're still working on. We've got a really good engineer called Matt, who kind of pulls everything together for us, and he engineers and pulls the sound, pulls the songs together, and takes all the ideas from everybody and kind of makes it into a finished piece. And yeah, we've got some really good stuff coming up. I'm really excited about what we're going to be putting out there on the album when it comes.
That is very amazing. Maybe just drop us maybe a song or two and what you got on there, and tell us a bit about it without giving too much away. Maybe just drop a song or two from the new album.
From what after Tales of Shades&Colour?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So we have so much stuff. We have tons of songs, but the one we're working at the moment is a song called Make It Count. And again, what we were talking about with For You and Silent Crier and Be Yourself, it's a brand new song. It's going to be quite rocky, although Mattia is mixing it down a little bit. But it's about make it count in your life, make the most of it. And the end is coming fast, so make sure that whatever you do, and when I talk about the end, it's not the end of life or whatever, it's whatever you're doing in your life, it's just do it, make it count, make the most of it, put yourself into it, put your soul, because it's gonna be gone. So the best, I think the best single was used by a huge shoemaker. Just do it, just do things.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, good old Nike. You can thank Michael Jordan for that. I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Exactly. I didn't want to say the name on your show, but...
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
That's a huge statement. Just do it. Just do it. Just whatever you're doing now, make it count. It's you. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially as you get a bit older as well, I think you start to realise that, what you... just make the most of every moment, really, because you don't know what's around the corner. The world keeps changing. We have, this terrible disease at the moment. That's nobody kind of forecast that, and I think it's made everyone think a bit differently about their lives and what they're doing, and things like commuting to work and all that kind of stuff that people used to do. That's actually working from home is a lot better for the environment and for yourself mentally as well. And and I think that the way we've pulled these songs together has been as a result of COVID in some ways, because we've worked remotely, but actually in some ways we've been more together, because rather than just having a week in a studio together, we've had a year where we've been in quite close contact with each other on an almost daily basis, really, writing songs, putting things together, exchanging ideas, and it's been. Well, I think, speaking personally, it's been a really creative time, I've found, really.
Mm-hmm. And that sounds very creative. And where can we find your music at and your soon-to-be new release?
Oh, so we are everywhere. We have a website to start with, daysindoors.com. You can find us on Spotify. Just look for Days Indoors. You can find us on all the major digital platforms, iTunes, Google Play, and wherever you are, we are distributed by AWOL. So AWOL is a huge publishing company, online digital. So you can find us anywhere. Just look for Days Indoors. We are also part of the Bandcamp. So you can find us on Bandcamp. You can find us on Instagram, on Twitter, @Days Indoors, on both platforms. So anywhere. You can find our YouTube channel as well, where we have quite a few videos. And most importantly, when you go on iTunes or Spotify, as Mark mentioned before, we have 2 albums, so you've got lots of materials you can listen. We have some remixes as well out there, which were done by Danny Kirsch, really well established. Mark and another person, Fabrizio Piazzini, are working on more remixes at the moment, on Be Yourself, the new single, and Make It Count as well. The guy who is producing the new and engineering the new single, the remixes, is Fabrizio Piazzini. He's been working with Calvin Harris, with Tiestos, with lots of big names, and he loves our stuff, and he's putting at the moment some remixes together. So you can find us on all the major platforms, whether you like really rock alternative music. And then we have a little bit of dance remixes, because we love to have fun and give it a little shape.
Try and please everybody. Yeah, we've got some new stuff coming in, some remixes, and it's interesting time.
We're certainly looking forward to it as well. And who do you consider biggest influence in your careers?
Mark?
Well, as I said before, Depeche Mode, I write songs myself as well, but in a kind of electronic keyboard kind of way. And in what I write, I would say very much kind of electronic influence. But as I've got older, I've started to appreciate some of the songwriters I mentioned before, people like Nick Gerschall, who is still putting out some amazing albums. His most recent album is so clever. The songwriting on it is just brilliant. Duncan Sheik, as I say, who I have an awful lot of respect for. I think what he does is quite amazing. Just the way he crafts the songs, and they're so clever. But I suppose in terms of my own music, Depeche Mode probably is in their earlier days, I suppose, when they were kind of more of a synth pop band rather than the kind of sort of rock stadium kind of stuff they do now. But when it was a bit more simple, that's the kind of style that I have, really. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Yeah. And then how about you, Jan? Who do you consider the biggest influence in your career?
Yeah, for me, we discussed a little bit before in terms of, drumming. I've told you I like the big sound because I'm a drummer, so I like the big sound. I like very simple, solid rock. I'm not into jazz or whatever. In terms of songwriting, there are a few guys I love, particularly the band Athlete in the UK. I found their stuff amazing. But in terms of really personally, someone who really influenced me in my life, it's someone that you and Mark probably don't even know. It's a friend of mine called Kevin. And I learned the guitar with him, and I used to love it. I used to play music with him, and I used to love his style of playing. And this person, although he's nobody, in the sense, he's a lot for me, but he's not famous, but I love his writing style. I could play, once he was playing a song in his head, in my head, I had the drums already, I had everything mapped out, and he really influenced me in the way of playing the guitars and the way to write a song and the way to find those quirky little tunes and make a lot with very little. So it's not a famous person, but it's someone who really, really influenced me musically.
That is amazing, you guys, what you bring to the table. And what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
Simplicity, I think, is best, as Jean-Marc was just saying, really. And we try and do that with our own songs. Sometimes leaving space actually does more than trying to fill it with lots of different sounds. You can create more of an emotion sometimes by letting the listener kind of imagine a little bit in their head. It's like a film or reading a book, isn't it? It's kind of what's not there. Is left to your imagination. And I think something I've certainly learned recently that less is more in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. And then how about you? How about you, Jan? How about what's the best advice you can give?
I was going to start with what is finished. I was going to say less is more, but most of all, if we talk about bands, if we talk about music, if you have something special going on, let go of the things. Let your ego out. Even if someone is writing the songs, you feel a little bit frustrated. Someone is writing a good drum beat or piano beat. Be in the moment. Build together. You take the big bands who are making it. You take Coldplay, you take U2. Those bands have a longevity, a long tenure because they're friends, because they understand each other, because they have respect for each other, because they go above what's happening on the ground there and they build something. They have a vision. They are obsessed with what they are doing. So I would say just concentrate on what you have and make the best of it, because every little contribution, when you're with a group of people building something, it's the most beautiful thing on the planet. You're building something which has never been done together, and you're building it with other people. So you're receptive about what's happening at the moment. So less is more, and a lot of respect and lots of understanding.
And that's fantastic as well. So once again, we're with Days Indoors on the Mike Wagner Show. Guys, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely great. John and Mark, looking forward to having you again soon, and keep us up to date. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Thank you.
Okay. And where can we find your music at? The website?
So you can find our music on www.daysindoors.com. You can find our music on all the digital platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and so on. You can find not only the latest EPs, but we have 2 full albums there. Dustyroad, which was released in 2018, and 2feetunder, which was released in 2019, followed now by the Tales of Shade&Colour, which is going to be released in spring. We have more or less songs coming out every month, so you can find us on all those platforms. And obviously, we can communicate together on Instagram, Twitter.
Yep, Facebook.
YouTube.
Yeah. Everywhere. The website is probably a good place to start.
Everywhere indeed. And guys, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely great. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. You guys have been absolutely fantastic.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzeah.com. Missing. Available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.